Apologies for not calling earlier. A number of items came up, and I was trying to take care of them. I am
I'm
so
sure you're not
sorry.
busy at all.
Well,
But thank you, Mayor Victorino, for calling us and making time. You've had a heck of a week, haven't you?
well, I think I've had a heck of a month, to be perfectly
True
honest.
that, yes.
And let me start by saying I am still very thankful. The numbers that we have could be better, but I can tell you now it could be much worse. And so I'm thankful for all those who have abided by the rules and are, trying their best. I mean, I read the letter to the editors. I read Facebook, and I understand those who are not happy. But understand these are temporary. These are just so that we can avoid a outbreak, that we would have a pandemic like no others in the state of Hawaii. And so I just ask people to be patient. We are strengthening our rules. We're going to work hard. We're going to do everything to protect the well-being and health of people of Maui County. I know some people don't like it, and there are the knuckleheads out there that just don't care. They're just going to have fun no matter what. But those are the ones I worry most about, because if they become contagious, how will they spread it throughout the community? And so, again, I ask everyone, really, please, 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 social distancing, wear a mask. We're going to try to give out masks. We got, right now, 2,500 slated to be given out this Thursday at our food drive and other areas. And we're looking at the community to make more masks. I am proud of all the people that are doing it. And I've asked again on your show and other programs, if you have them, if you want to distribute them, the mayor's office has a long list of people that are asking for them. I could make sure people get them directly. So if you want to drop it off at our drop box, put it in a box, leave it at the front door of the county building, whatever way, we will be most grateful, and we will make sure it's distributed amongst the people of Maui County. So whatever all of us can do together, we will be Maui strong.
Now, you touched a little bit on the food drive. That's coming up this Thursday, April 9th.
Yes.
Can you tell us where?
It's going to be at the War Memorial Gym parking lot, and it is basically the same setup as we use for the drive-through testing. And the area is sanitized and clean, so nobody has to worry. But it works so well because we can, starting from Kanaloa, on the parking side of Kanaloa next to the ball fields, the baseball, the Little League fields, we can line up cars into Hali'i Nakoa, which is the road that leads into the gym, have the distribution where the fair has their reefers. That's where our distribution point is going to be. We're going to have tents set up so people can drive through, and we'll give it to them. You only have to come out of the car, just roll down your window. We will pass it to you, and we'll pass you a couple of couple of face masks to make sure that you are prepared at home. Again, I ask everybody, when you come, be patient. It starts at, I think, 10 a.m., and we'll go until we run out. And we have 350 for the Kahului residents, 350 for the Wailuku residents. Simultaneously, at the South Kihei Gym, we will have a food distribution, produce distribution at the Kihei Gym parking lot. So you come off of Liloa into the gym parking lot. We'll have tents set up. We'll have people directing you. Pick up your bag and then leave. So we've got it pretty much. And tomorrow I will finalize this. I will have that in the paper, and I'll have it on social media. Directions to both drives.
Now, do you have time for a couple questions from our listeners?
I will do my best to answer them. Go ahead.
First off, can you walk at Keopulani Park?
I have said I prefer them not to, but I'm going to be honest. If you want to walk at Keopulani and all you do is walk and not social gatherings, if you one or two of you are walking and keeping some distance between you, no problem. I will allow that. See, I don't want people to go in a park to sit there, to congregate, to have barbecues and all that. That's what I'm trying to alleviate. But if I open the park up, people go in with their cars, they start parking, they start congregating, and that's why 3 weeks ago I shut it down, just like I did with my community centers, because I was trying to avoid congregating, getting people together in large groups, and that's the quickest way to spread this virus. So, again, I don't think the police or the park rangers are going to get after you if you're just walking through. But you can't stop. The restrooms are not open. I want people to understand. I want to be as lenient as possible when it comes to exercise. But if you can do it around your neighborhood, you can do it around areas where there's sidewalks, and you can do that, then do that. Because any way you can get exercise is important.
Right.
Also, there are some renters that are suffering because they don't have enough money for rent. Can you evict someone who doesn't pay the rent this month?
If you're talking not paying the rent this month, my answer to that question is no. If you have had a history and not done it for the last 4 or 5 months or 3 or 4 months, I don't know what I can say to that, because that's a little different realm. Right. The governor issued a no evict and no, what do you call that?
Mortgage.
Yeah, mortgages, no foreclosures. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
No foreclosures during this emergency, which started back in early March, okay? However, if somebody was ready to be evicted or somebody was ready to be lose their house in that respect, I don't know what to tell you, because this is a history, not an event.
Right.
We are looking at the COVID-19 event that caused you to lose your job. So those landlords have been told, it has been, even the Attorney General has said, you cannot evict if it's COVID related. If there's a history, I'm not sure on how the courts would rule on something like that. So I'm going to say no when it comes to the COVID-19 incident. And since we put all these emergency proclamations and people have lost their jobs, absolutely not. But anything that pre-existed before then, I cannot answer that question.
Okay, one more. We actually got a call from what he called a houseless person. And what is the county doing for the homeless, and are they exempt from the loitering rules?
That's a tough one, because what are we talking about? Many of them loiter on our streets, and we ask them to move on because it's an endangerment. Many have camps all over Maui County, and we've been told by CDC not to move them out, not to ask them to leave the area. That way we can keep track of them. We can get services to them if necessary. And, I've opened the restrooms. And again, I announced yesterday, thanks to Kalima Maui, Kalama is going to open. UPW will be helping us with Pukalani and Paia, the lower Paia restrooms. They're going to be open and clean consistently, at least 4 times a day, by our staff, both by Kalima and the UPW workers. And I want to thank them for stepping up and helping us. And thank Melanie Sato and the union rep and Nathan Nakanelua, who is the leader of the UPW, for helping us get this together. So we're trying to make sure our homeless have not only porta potties, not only sanitization and showers, but some restrooms that they can utilize. As far as all the services we're providing, we put water out in Amala Street, and we've run a water line there to help them, those that are parked along Amala Street. We put porta potties because there's no restrooms in that area. The next one is Kanaha, and that's a long walk. And so we put porta potties to help them. We're trying to make all the necessary service, housing and human concerns, Kahali Akiola and Maui Life Center, Maui Family Life Center, they're going in and giving services. Our professionals are out there. I don't know how we can build, and again, if we build camps, that's congregation. So we don't want people congregating. So these are the problems that I'm trying to face, making sure we have enough services. The Salvation Army and others have still continued to serve meals, still doing services. Nothing has really changed. The thing is, they got to understand now, in certain areas, we may need to ask them just to move down a little, to move off to the side a little, to help protect those who have to traverse the area also.
Totally understand.
I know that's a long answer to a short question, but there is so many dynamics that I really don't want to say, this is what we're going to do. That's what we're doing. We're doing is, I tell you, as much, if not more, than many of the other counties.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're doing a heck of a job, from the help program to the food distribution this Thursday to the National Guard coming into our airport. Awesome.
Well, thank you. And I just want people to understand the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to put it in this way. The next 2 weeks are crucial. This will define where we go with COVID-19. Do we have that big spike that many experts throughout the nation and the World Health Organization is predicting? Or do we level the curve and keep it at a level number or even start to see a decrease? If all of us take the next 2 weeks, and I know it's really hard because some people have complied for the last 2 weeks, and maybe 2 weeks from now I got to ask for more time. But I and many experts believe, really, this is the time. So as much as possible, social distancing, wearing gloves and masks, especially masks when you go out in public, good hygiene. When you get home, take your clothes off so that you don't go in the house with exposed clothes, and take a shower or a bath immediately. Good hygiene with washing hands and not touching your face, and all these other things we've talked about are so very important. And if you're feeling sick, let your provider know so they can make an evaluation of you and take action if necessary. Together, we can make a difference. We're in it together. We'll come out together. Maui strong, Lahaina, Kahului, Mako, I don't care what town. We all are strong in this county, and I have a lot of faith and confidence, except for the knuckleheads that continuously break these rules. And so any stringent rules we do, and it's not to hurt the ones that are doing the right things. It is really to stop those who are being knuckleheads and not paying attention and think this is a game instead of reality, and really, really urgent that we take action now. And I appreciate your time. I thank you and Ed for giving me this time. And to the people of Maui County, again, we are strong. Prayers are well received. I pray, everyone pray, and together we will look back at this as a learning experience and hope never have to go through it again. God bless you, and aloha, mahalo.
Thank you, Mayor. Stay healthy.
You too, guys. Bye-bye.
Aloha.
Through the good times and tougher times, Jim Falk Automotive